we both apologize to each other in Canada.
Have you ever had a Canadian standoff? It is, in fact, when two Canadians run into each other on a sidewalk and they both want to let the other person pass, and you're there for 10 minutes going, oh, no, you go. No,
okay.
Absolutely. No, you go. And they're like, no, you go. And then you get fucking pissed at each other. Just go. Hello.
Jinx Yomi Soda.
Oh, shit.
Welcome back to the Dysfunctional Duo. Wow, 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 wow. We're back at it again.
Yeah.
On a Friday.
Hey, what's up, guys? Yes. We started doing that last time when we were streaming. We started saying, like, old YouTubers, like, opening lines. Oh, hey, what's up, guys? It's Sarah Kobe. I guess that one's not, like, old, but
there's such a YouTube way to, like, speak to a camera. I haven't been able to click into it or clock into it.
The, like, creator voice?
Yeah, where it's, like, it's super upbeat. It's super, like, hyper. I don't know if I could do that. What is up, you guys? My name is Ben, and welcome back to my channel. You know what I mean?
I feel like I don't do that, but I do have, like, a creator voice.
I have, like, a
hey, guys, what's up? Or even, like, Dysfunctional Duo, like, hello, everybody, welcome back to the Dysfunctional Duo.
Yes, a little bit. I mean, I think our voices are, like, a tad bit perkier when the cameras are on. But, like, we're not that different.
People claim that you have a Valley Girl voice, and I feel like you put on the Valley Girl a little higher when we are podcasting.
Which, like, I don't even think I'm doing that intentionally. I think that's just, like, maybe that's my, like...
She goes to California once, and she thinks she's
twice.
The crown.
Thank you very much. I've been there twice.
God. What do you think of LA?
Fucking hated it.
I've heard a lot of people say that. I
mean, like, absolute, like, no tea, no shade to, like, Californians out there. But, you know, as a Canadian, you grow up, and a lot of Hollywood films are kind of, like, California-centered. So you have this, like...
It's the city of angels.
Exactly. You have this, like, illusion of what it would be like. And it would be, like, glamorous and, like, everyone's hot, which is true for the most part. A lot of people in California are very attractive, like, almost, like, too attractive.
Well, it's, you know, again, plastic surgery, it's, like, treatments and stuff. And I'm not knocking any of that. But what I am saying is, like, there's a standard of how you need to be perceived a lot of times. And when you're running into people who are like, a lot of people go to LA to become creators, to become actors, to like pursue singers, like whatever, to pursue those dreams. And if they are somewhat successful, then they stay there.
Yeah.
And so you're putting money into towards your looks, like versus like if you go to like butt fuck middle of nowhere.
You're not going to go to Idaho.
No one's
looking like a fucking whole ass snack, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, California, I got there, and I'm like, oh, my God, this is so cool. I mean, that was my first time seeing, like, a palm tree, you know? Like, I was like, that's not true at all. But it's like, they have palm trees in a city. Like, it was so cool. Yeah. And then you realize just how dirty and disgusting it is. There are, like, Venice Beach is fun. You know, there's lots of fun things to do in Venice Beach. Downtown
Is there a lot of homelessness?
Tons. Like, downtown LA, I'm not joking. Like, there's giant skyscraping buildings that are, like, feel deserted and everybody's living in tents.
There's a street, isn't there, in LA that is like, it's like a homeless sector street.
No, but literally. Yeah. And it's bad. Like, I'm not even exaggerating.
It makes sense. Like, LA's hot, right? We have homelessness where we live, but it decreases in the winter by very like much. A lot. Like, you don't see a lot of homeless people on the street in the wintertime because like that's how they die.
Yeah. Essentially,
like you literally freeze to death. But so they end up going to like the shelters that we have in the city, and the equivalent that we have here is like the YMCA, which is it's a pretty jarring place to be. Mm-hmm. Like, I remember I went to go volunteer at the YMCA once, and parking at the YMCA where there's like, again, I've like being homeless and being segregated, like that's not a lot of people's choices, and so it's very sad to see that, you know, they kind of get forgotten and not taken care of. But that's also where crime increases, and there's like a lot of stuff that happens there, and so
absolutely
it's a scary place to be when you're not used to it. And when you're in a place that's warm, it's year round, you can just sleep in a tent all year, which is nice. But
it's jarring to see. Because, like you said, like, it's sad. Like, nobody chooses that life. But it's jarring to see people living like that in abundance. Like, it's not just one or two,
they're full
even
communities,
10.
aren't they?
It's like it's like hundreds of people.
I can't remember what the street is called, but it's like it's like a full-on place you go to.
Yeah, and you don't necessarily want to like walk around it, you know? Like, it's not like a fun tourist place. And again, like, it's in the midst of like downtown LA.
Yeah.
You know, where like you can see the fucking Hollywood sign like peering over you. It's literally like an angel sent in the sky.
Did you climb up to the Hollywood? Like, I know you can't go straight up to the Hollywood sign, but like you can hike.
Yeah, we kind of like found a route where you can like go kind of weave through really nice houses to get to like a certain spot and have like a picture right next to it. Not that close, but you know, we're pretty close to it.
Is it nice? Like, what does the hike feel like?
The hike is hot, it's steep, it's awkward because again, like, you're in really nice, like, the houses around there are like beautiful houses.
Are they like mountainous? Like, are they hilly? Like, what's the kind of...
I would argue mountainous, but like Arizona mountains, not like our mountains.
Okay. Like, or Colorado. Well,
yes.
Smaller scale Colorado.
Yes. Yeah. Obviously. So like mountains, but on a smaller scale. But like the Hollywood sign isn't that big. It doesn't look that big. Like, even in person when you're looking at it, and like, yeah, it's big, but it's not that big. And it's old. I don't know. Like, it looks almost sad.
Really?
When you see it in real life, you're kind of like...
Is it kind of like rusted and stuff?
Yeah. Like, you can see like the dirt particles that have like built up over time.
Interesting.
It just like, it doesn't look glamorous. There's nothing about LA to me that was very glamorous at all.
Compare that to Las Vegas.
Las Vegas is honestly just as gross.
Really?
Broad daytime was like stepping over homeless people that had just passed out in the middle of the street. No, I'm not even joking.
Is Vegas, so I've never been, I don't travel. I'm not a travel girl. But is Vegas, like, I always hear people say it's just the Strip. I know there's residents that live there, but like, what does the city itself feel like?
The city itself is like, to me, was a lot like Arizona. In the sense that like very desert. I mean, the houses are like small and quaint. Outside of the Strip, it's just like any other city. Like, it doesn't look or be perceived as like anything like grand or
Can you like
super
look in the distance and be like, that's the Strip?
Oh, you can see it for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's literally just like a strip that like towers full of like
over everything else.
Yeah, and then everything around it's just houses. Like, it's kind of nothing.
Is there like grocery stores and stuff?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, in the Strip and then off the Strip too, because like I got a tattoo. I've gotten 2 tattoos in Vegas, and those are off the Strip. And so, you know, you Uber around. I was looking for tobacco for Monty because they have flavored tobacco there. So like, I had to get off the Strip for that kind of stuff. And like, again, like, it looks normal. There's like Walgreens everywhere.
Okay.
It's like super normal.
Is it like if you're in the hotels and you look out and you see like normal Las Vegas, like the residents and stuff, can you like see far enough and be like, that's just straight desert?
Not quite. Like, it's still kind of like a bit of mountains. Okay. So you're not looking out and being like, wow, a pyramid.
You keep going. No, but like you keep going, and then all of a sudden you're like, that's where Vegas ends. Like, you can literally see it.
You can see where Vegas ends, especially from the, like, obviously the airplane, but like you can see it's like the Strip and then just like small tiny houses. And actually, like, this Strip in comparison to the rest of the city makes the rest of the city look almost like povertous. Like, it looks poor. Because like, again, like, the Strip is so grand,
huge,
it's so big,
and it quite literally is a strip, right?
It's literally is like
5 blocks.
Yeah, 10 blocks at most, maybe a little bit more, I guess. But like, it's literally just a strip.
What's at the end of the strip?
On one side, it's like Circus is like one of the last. On like, I guess, my side, like the left side would be Circus is one of the last hotels, and then it just turns into like normal city. But again, like, the city's so dull.
Are there like
in comparison.
Houses next to these buildings?
Kind of, yeah. Like, there's one of my favorite taco places.
Can you imagine living right next to the Strip?
I'm sure they would hate it. They're most likely probably work on the Strip, I would argue.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like a few like little stores, and then it just kind of turns into nothing. It's actually really scary off the Strip.
Well, like, again, I've never been to Vegas, but based off of my research, which is a lot of it's ghost adventures, if we're being so for honest, because they live in Vegas.
Yeah.
Is because outside of the Strip, there's like a lot of like ladies of the night, and there's like different brothels and stuff. Like, did you run into anything like that, or is it pretty like tucked away and hidden?
It's tucked away. It's a lot more hidden than you think it is. Okay. But the daytime Strip and the nighttime Strip are very different. It depends on who you are, I think. Okay. I'm not somebody that necessarily likes to party, likes to go hard, likes to even drink a lot. So I can skirt away from the devastation that is Vegas, but like, just because I don't see it up front doesn't mean that it's not happening. In every stalls of the bathroom, there are human trafficking posters saying, like, if you are in a situation, you call this number now. It's in, like, all the bathrooms of the stall. You know, sex trafficking, drugs, prostitution. Like, there are women on the street that hand out their prostitution cards, that hand out, like, strip club cards.
Really?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The clubs, you know, you have to be very careful with your drinks. Or else you will get roofied.
I find those tourist spaces to be so interesting. The only place I've ever been to is New York. And I kind of had like a similar experience, like when you're downtown and you're near like Times Square. It's meant to be like this really glamorous, wonderful space. But with the one thing I can like vividly remember is going to New York City, and like in Times Square, there's so many mascots, like Lady Liberties, Elmos, fucking like so many different characters, and like Spider-Man's all over the place. And I remember like me and my friends would be like maybe taking a picture with like one mascot, and you usually are supposed to tip them.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of other mascots would like jump into your photo.
Swarm you.
Yeah. And then they'd be like pay me, I'm in your photo.
Yeah.
And I remember one of the craziest like dualities was we took a picture with like a bunch of them, and we gave them all tips and stuff. And then one of the Elmos like took their heads off, like when the mascots took their head, and it was like an older woman who obviously was like struggling and had like sores on her face, and it looked like she had maybe had at point like some one point lived on the street or was currently living on the street. And it was like I just posed with that Elmo and I didn't even know who was under the mask, and so it almost made us feel weird because we're like, we don't want to take pictures anymore because like this is really sad. Like it's upsetting that these people have to kind of like live off of these means of like being mascots and Elmo costumes. And she was like an older, like she must have been in her 60s or 70s.
Oh shit.
She was like old.
Holy shit.
And it looked like she was malnourished and like she looked sickly. And so it was one of those things where we're like, oh my gosh, like I never thought about this part of it. Or another one was like, as you're walking throughout the streets, because they have these really grand stores, there's people on the corners of like New York, and they're selling like watches and purses and shoes.
Yep.
And they'll be like, oh, I have stuff in the back if you want to come see it. And it's like, it's sketchy. And I remember when we went to New York, it was a group of us. We were and we were young. We were like teenagers. And I remember our leads were like, do not follow people into other locations.
Yeah.
Like they will tell you they have other stuff for you. Do not go with them.
No. Never.
And it was like, what? Like I didn't know this was a thing. It was really odd. But then there was like beauty to New York City. Like I remember we went to, because the group that we went with, we were all like Broadway people. We were drama people.
Nerds.
Yeah. We had like done casts for a few shows that we were also attending the full production of, which was really cool. And we got to meet we were doing stuff for Wicked, and so we got to meet the cast of Wicked in New York City, which was really exciting.
Did you really?
Yeah, we got to meet the leads, and like it wasn't the girl who plays Frozen who was currently playing Elphaba, which is upsetting.
Yeah.
But it was like the next cast over. Anyway, so we saw like Wicked, we saw Phantom of the Opera. Phantom of the Opera was fire.
That would be the one to go to.
Dude, it was so cool. I remember how it opened was he like zip lines down from the top of the and these like theaters are grand theaters. They're huge and they're like way up.
It's not like your typical gymnasium.
No,
it's cool.
It's like rows and rows, and it's like huge, and it's like it's giving Lost in New York.
Okay.
That's how high up it went.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And so he sits at the top of that and zip lines down to the stage.
Horrific.
When it's like the opening of Phantom of the Opera and the spotlight hits him in it. Like, it was so cool. And then we saw Matilda, which was one of those things where we were like, this is going to be so stupid. It was like one of the best musicals when it came out. years ago now, but it was like a bunch of kids who did it. And that was also like, they were like scaling like scaffolding and stuff. It was super cool. This is like full scale productions. This is where Broadway thrives, right? The street is literally called Broadway.
Yeah.
And I can't remember which show we had come out of. It could have very well been Wicked, but we came out, it was late at night, and I walked out, and New York, it's usually rainy and humid. Mm-hmm. And it was raining, and we were walking around Broadway in like our beautiful dresses and heels and suits, because you dress up when you go to Broadway. And it was raining, and I remember walking into the middle of the street, and it was like 10 or 11 p.m. at night, and it felt like daytime because of all the lights.
Oh, really?
It was really, really cool.
Would you go back to New York?
I would. I just don't know what I would do, because I saw everything.
Did you? You saw like, what is that big, not field, big park? Manhattan Park? No.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we did. Crap.
Did you go up the big building, the Empire State Building?
We went to the top of the Empire State Building.
Oh, cool.
We went into the Madison Square Gardens.
There you go.
And we saw all of that. We got to see the outside of the apartment building that looks over Madison Square Gardens, where all the celebrities live. We saw Tom Cruise. You saw
Tom. He's just hanging out.
Well, he lived in the building at the time. I don't know if
was he staring back at you through his window?
No, he was just walking into the building.
He had binoculars.
No, he was just like he had a coffee in his hand, and he was walking back to his apartment.
Oh, slay.
Which was cool. And we were like, that's fucking Tom Cruise, dude.
Yeah,
like right? Scientology still?
Probably.
We saw the Strawberry Fields Memorial for John Lennon.
Oh,
John Lennon, right? That was the one who he got shot by his fan.
Yeah, I think so.
We saw the memorial for the Twin Towers and where the Twin Towers used to be.
Was that weird?
That was really, it was sad.
Yeah.
It was really ominous and it was.
Did it feel heavy?
Super heavy. Felt super heavy. The memorial itself is like 2 big squares. And then water fountain like style, water's pouring into it, and that's where the Twin Towers were. And then around it is names of everybody who passed away.
Oh, damn.
Which was really kind of sad. And then over kind of to the side, they have like a giant memorial for the firefighters and the rescuers who saved people and died in the line of action. And then there's another little memorial that I think it was like in a building that we went inside. And that one was also really kind of like sad. We went to all the museums. We saw, we went to the National History Museum. We went to the Met. We went to, the Museum of like Modern Art.
Oh, cool.
We went to the Museum of like old filmatology, which was like, it was like basically a big, love story to, Alfred Hitchcock. We went to like all the museums.
So you wouldn't go back then?
Oh,
or like you would.
It's like, I just don't know what I would do. Cause like and maybe it's changed, but like it was a very extensive trip. We were there for like a week and a half. We saw Lady Liberty. We went inside Lady Liberty.
A week and a half?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't think it was that long. No, because this was a school trip, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was like, but you had like, they like picked you off a list, which is crazy.
Really?
Yeah. They like selected you to go on the trip.
Why'd you get selected?
Anyone who was part of the main cast that was performing got to go because we got to go meet the main cast that was of the same show, because we did Boys in the Photograph and then we did Wicked,
right? And
so we got to go see the cast of Wicked. So anyone who was in the cast got to go and see. And then there was like some stage managers that got to join us, and then there was a few other backhand people, and then there was some choir people who also got to go, but you had to get selected.
Okay. I mean, it'd be cool to go and just, like, hang out with the locals.
Yeah, I mean, we did a few workshops, which were really cool. Like, there was, like, we did some acting workshops with, like, some specialists, which were really fun and exciting.
Oh, sick.
Vocal exercises with, like, vocal experts. Like, it was super, super extensive.
Yeah.
And then we also got time to just, like, roam New York. Like, they'd be like, all right, we're in Times Square. We're staying here, and you guys, like, hang out for 2 hours. Go off. And then we would go to the different stores, and we went to Chipotle for the first time, because Chipotle wasn't in Canada at the time yet. And
was it bussin'? Was it crispy?
It was good, but across the street, because again, we were underage. Like, we weren't 18 or 21 yet, because in the States, I think you have to be 21 to like do adult things. And and we like somehow got into this museum of like sexual art, and it was just penises everywhere.
Oh, I love that. That's so much fun.
Statues of penises. And our like liaison, our like, because I don't think the person who was with us, the adult that was with us, was like a teacher. I think they were like a supportive aide or something. Like they joined the trip, but they weren't like a teacher that I don't know how else to like, but they were like an adult that were like there to help us, because it was like we all split out, and I think there was like 30 of us on the trip. So we split into different groups. We all had our kind of designated 4 or 5 people, and it was just me and like 4 other friends. Like we were all just like friends already,
right?
And we snuck into this museum, and our like aide saw us through the window, and he was like, "What the fuck are you doing?
What the fuck did you get in there?"
He's like, "Yeah, why are you looking at penises?" So it was just really funny that like we were like, "Let's get Chipotle," and oh my god, is that a giant? It was like a full size, and then we went in and we're like, "So like, how do you get the shape?" And they're like, "This is a cast of like people." And there was like a giant one. It was like 6 feet tall. And we're like, "That's someone?" And they're like, "Well, yeah, but they like made it big. Like they scaled it up. But yes, that's of a real person."
If you go back, you'll have to go to all the like sex clubs, hidden sex clubs.
And there was like posters and stuff. It was very odd, but it was super cool. Like I just feel like we did everything. Maybe not everything, but we did a lot.
Did it like
touristy focus at least
exceed your expectation then? Or like, even though you were seeing all these things that like most like you'd seen on TV before, were you kind of like, huh?
No, I think New York lives up to its name. Yeah. I mean, again, there's things that make it uncomfortable. Like the subway is crazy.
Disgusting.
We took the subway because we were running late. Like we had a bus, and then the bus took off, and somebody got stuck somewhere, so our group had to stay, and the person that was with us was like, "I have taken the subway before. I'll take the group through the subway, and then we'll meet you guys at this other location." So we ended up taking the subway. Rats everywhere.
Yeah.
We saw like 4 or 5 rats like munching on like an old slice of pizza, which was wild.
That's gross. Love that.
The subway itself was kind of like unclean. We felt safe because again, we were in like a pretty large group. Well, 5 of us, and then there was like the adult with us. And we were at the front of the train, but like I can very clearly see why people feel unsafe at the subway.
Yeah.
Like women maybe in particular. And they don't like people like we looked like tourists, so I don't think they really fuck with you if you look like a tourist.
They just judge you from afar.
Probably they were like, "This is so annoying," because we had like matching backpacks. It was like really nerdy, but it was so that they could spot us in a crowd. Like they're like, "We need to see the yellow backpacks."
Yeah,
like
yeah, exactly.
They could like point us out with the like warning sign yellow.
Warning sign yellow.
But yeah, it was super cool. We went to like the Lego store, which was huge. We went to the M&M store. That was huge as well.
Yeah.
Like they have some really cool shops, but also like the thing that I loved about, we went to this other place that I literally can't remember what it's called, but there's a street in New York City that is like a market that you go to, and you kind of like bargain with the vendors to get stuff.
Oh, I love that. I love a good bargaining.
And they had like every corner, they had like a tourist shop that you go in. They have like the I Love New York City shirts and stuff.
Did you get one?
I got a hoodie.
You kind of have
and I got a Lady Liberty crown. But
yeah, as you should. Do you still have them?
No.
You have the sweater, don't you?
No,
what?
I don't have any of it.
See, that's crazy to me. I always buy sweaters from places I go to, and like I might not wear them, but like I keep them. They're my keepsake.
I don't. I'm like notorious for buying hoodies and then not keeping it. The only hoodie that I have kept that I got from like a tourist location is my Ravenclaw crew neck.
From like Disney World.
But when we specifically went
and you wear it too.
When we went to Disney all the time. When we went to Disney World, I said to my husband that I would not buy Disney shit. Like I would not, and it's hard, like when you're in places, especially Disney World, because like there's that area in Disney World that is just shops that you go to, and they like the amount of times that I was this close to buying like mini ears.
I'm glad you did it.
Close. I almost bought it like a few times, but it costs like an arm and a leg. It's like
they're literally
$50 for like Canadian at least for like ears. And I was like, I'm not gonna do it because like if I were to go to Disney World again next time, I honestly would just buy some online and bring them with me. Because what you want is you want to feel like you fit in.
Yes.
It's not about like, oh, I want this to take. Well, some people collect them, but
you want the experience.
For me, it was just like I want to partake and look cute with mini ears with photos. But I came so close to buying mini ears several times because they have like hundreds of different styles. They have, and for each movie they have a Minnie and Mickey ear set. And the hoodies too. The hoodies themselves were all like really cute and very well branded, but it was like you need to pace yourself. And I told myself that I would buy something from the Harry Potter world.
Yeah.
And again, it wouldn't be like a wand or like something like a mug. I have enough mugs. Like I hate, if you know me, you know I hate, first of all, getting mugs.
That's the best gift.
I hate getting mugs because then I get overwhelmed with the amount of mugs I have. Mm-hmm. I have like 4 mugs and they're all the same. I don't need more mugs.
You have like the 3 mugs that are like your hyper fixation mugs. Like they're your do or die.
And the other mugs have either broken or haven't made it. Like but like I hate getting gifted mugs because I don't need another mug. Like the minimalist in me is like I do not need another mug. And the other thing is like I'll spend money on these touristy mugs and then never fucking use them. So I don't spend money on mugs. Hoodies are like one of those things that I may, but it has to be something that is not just like Disney World trip 2026. Like it has to be like one of Leo and I both got crew necks from Disney World. I got the Ravenclaw one, which I saw the minute I saw it at Harry Potter World. I'm like, that's what I'm putting my money towards. That's what I'm buying.
Yeah.
And Leo got this really nice blue one that has a little Tigger on it.
That's cute.
But again, it's not Disney World coded, but you feel connected to it because you're like, I got this at Disney World.
Yeah, there's a story behind it.
I love my Ravenclaw hoodie. Like I absolutely love that little crew neck, and I wear it on the podcast all the time. But and then the other thing we got was like candy and like food and shit. But like we tried really hard not to walk away with a ton of like even the little backpacks and stuff. I was like, I'm never going to use this when I get home. So I was like, it has to, the amount of times that I had a mental conversation with myself and I'd be looking at something, I'm like, this is so cute. I'm like, are you going to use this on a daily basis?
The answer is no.
If the answer is no, do not fucking buy it.
I'm bad with Christmas ornaments though. I love a good Christmas ornament.
Yeah.
And they have such good ones. I haven't been to Disney World. I've been to Disneyland.
Yeah, the same though. Like they have a whole store dedicated to the Christmas theme and also the like Disney ornaments, which I like that idea. But again, I just like once a year, I can see the desire of that a little bit more, but still it's something that I wouldn't. I didn't. I almost got a piece of jewelry from Disney World as well because they have this really cute mini set of like earrings and a little mini ear, like Minnie Mouse symbol. And I was like, that's something I might actually, maybe I did get it. It might be in my jewelry box. But that would have been the only other thing I got.
But do you wear it?
No.
Exactly.
But it was like $20, so that's fine. But again, it's like one of those things of like you have to
remove yourself in the moment because you're so excited. Moment,
it's so exciting.
It's so exciting and like everything's so shiny and bright and they know how to like sell. They know how to sell.
Yeah.
But then you take it home and you're like, okay, now I just have more junk.
Yeah. Well, and sorry, I went on a tangent, but New York was the same where there was like just so much. I think I got like a Yankees hat, which I think I lost somewhere, but I loved that hat. I just love the style. I know I don't support the New York Yankees and I really don't know anything about them. The only team that I know something about is the Blue Jays.
Because we're Canadian.
But yeah, but even then it's minimal. Yeah. You guys, it's minimal. But again, I love their symbol and I love the color. I'm blue? Obsessed with the blue.
Yeah.
But the New York Yankees hat I was a big fan of, but I was also like, I didn't wear it in New York because I was scared I was going to get like fucking demolished by people in New York.
Yeah.
But what I will say is in New York City, one of my favorite things was even though some of the vendors were sketchy, when you were in the right place, it felt really cool to be surrounded by a bunch of vendors. And I didn't realize how much I loved it until we went to, when we got back from New York City, maybe like a year later or something, I went to Victoria. And in Sydney on Victoria Island, they have a little downtown center, which is like a mini New York.
Oh, really?
And it feels better because it's Canadian. People are a lot nicer. In New York, people are mean. People are mean in New York, and it's fine because they're like quick with it. They're fucking snappy, but they don't give a shit. Like very quickly, you can tell if you're a tourist, and very quickly they knew that we were Canadian.
Oh, absolutely.
But in Victoria, it was like that, but the Canadian version of New York City in a very small little pocket.
The one place I've traveled to where I found people to be the rudest, USA's number 2 on my list, because they're not like intentionally rude to be rude. I just find their demeanor to be rude. Shout out if you're American.
I think they don't. Sorry. I'm choking on my Tim Hortons Steve T Double Double. Sponsored by Canada. I just think they don't beat around the bush. Like they're very like quick, and sometimes it comes off as very rude.
It's a culture shock. I mean, you wouldn't think America and Canada are very different, but we are. Well, in terms of how we interact with people,
we're probably the most Americanized. But yeah, it's I have family who live in the States right now, but they grew up in Canada. And they came back to see us a few years ago, and they stayed with us for like a week or something. And they were like, "It is so nice to be back." And I was like, "Oh, you missed it here." And they're like, no, like in Canada. They're like, "It's so like I forgot how nice people are here. Like there's just a different atmosphere."
Yeah.
And that's not me saying that like America and Canada, like we're all different fruits on the same tree, but it's one of those things where I've heard people, and again, I grew up in Canada. I've spent most of my time in Canada. So if I'm ever connecting with people, it's usually because I've stepped out of Canada, and then people like very quickly know that I'm Canadian. Mm-hmm. Whereas I've never gotten the experience to be away for so long and then return and see the difference.
Yes.
But I hear it from a lot of people. They're like, it's always really wonderful. Maybe it's changed recently. I've had a few people tell me that as the political environment has changed and there's been some back and forth heated rivalry between Canada and the US, Canadians aren't so friendly to Americans. But it's always been like a very welcoming place, and a good example. I know, I'm sorry, I cut off your idea. If you remember it, phenomenal.
I do, don't worry.
I just want to make this known that my dad, a few years ago, he had his team in the company that he worked for. They had like won a trip. Maybe it wasn't they won a trip. They were like a worldwide company. And so they had teams in different areas of the world. They had like a US team. They had a Canada team. They had like a Spain team. They had all these different teams. And they paid for like a yacht trip for all these teams to come together and do like a business, like a work trip for a week or whatever. They went on this yacht trip and they like went around, I think Rome and not Rome. I think they went to like, I think my dad went to like Italy and other places. It was like kind of a yacht trip through Europe or something like that. I seriously don't remember all the details because I was young, but him and his team it was like the best employee of the country, and their team got to go.
Of the country.
And so my dad and his team won and were able to go and be Team Canada on this ship. And he said that the minute he got on the ship, the minute they found out that they were the Canadian team, like a bunch of people in Europe, not the US, but like a lot of teams that were in other places of the world, they got very excited to see Canadians, and they were not so friendly towards the Americans. Very true. Not because they had done anything to piss them off. It was just bias.
Yes.
And it's because people, when they're like, "Oh, I'm Canadian," they're like, "Oh, you're Canadian." Like, yeah. Oh. But it's like, because I've heard too that sometimes American tourists will, and again, this maybe has changed, but I had a friend who traveled through Europe and they were from the States. Yeah. And they reached out to me to see if there was a place they could get like Canadian flags to put on their backpack.
They do that.
Because they were like, I want to put a Canadian flag on my backpack so people will treat me nicer in Europe. And I was like, what?
Dude, they do that. I'm not even fucking joking. I backpacked through Europe, and there were so many times I'd show up at a hostel with my Canadian flag, and people would like pull me aside and be like, "Are you really Canadian?" And I'm like, "Yeah, born and raised Calgary, baby." And they're like, "Okay," because like we get Americans that do that. And then they show up with a Canadian flag and act like fucking bonobos.
That's like, wild. Whoa. That's wild. See, I when he told me that for the first time, I was like, "That you're lying to me." And he's like, "No, I need like a flag." And I was like, "I'm not gonna support you in falsifying your identity. Like, I'm not gonna tell you where you can find a Canadian fucking flag. You're gonna have to come here if you want that." But it was one of those things where I was like, I can't believe. And he's like, because they treat them nicer, and if you're from Canada, they treat you nicely. If you're from America, they immediately don't treat you kindly. And I was like, that's wild.
It is a bias for sure. But I was going to say, so Americans, not the most friendly people, but I don't think it's like intentionally unfriendly. I think it's just a cultural thing. They're number 2 on my list. Number 1, can you guess who I think is like the rudest people in like a generalized.
Like a country?
Yeah.
The French.
No, close.
What is close to French? I've heard people say that people from Paris are not kind.
They're not.
Like they are fucking rude. I don't know. It's the same Montreal. If anybody's been to any Canadians who've been to Montreal and are not French speakers, they're rude to you.
They're also
they're like, I'm not even gonna speak to you in English.
They're actually more French. Rude than like people from France.
Yeah, people from Paris and like France specifically.
You're close though. Think north. Think relative. Think royalty.
The British?
Fucking menaces to society. Shout out if you're English. They're so fucking mean. I've never met a group of people, again, I'm generalizing, so like not everyone's horrible, but I've never met a group of people so fucking miserable in my entire life.
Really?
Walking down the street. Do you think
it's the rain? Do you think it's all the rain?
I don't know what, I honestly don't know what it is, but I would get shoved and people would turn to me, look me dead in the fucking soul and be like, get the fuck out of my way. I'm not joking. And I'm like, sorry, I'm so sorry. Because, like, I'm
sorry there, but buddy,
I'm so sorry. And, like, I take the heat because, like, that's just what I do. Like, if I bump into
that's what Canadians do, yeah.
We both apologize to each other in Canada.
Have you ever had a Canadian standoff? It is, in fact, when 2 Canadians run into each other on a sidewalk and they both want to let the other person pass. And you're there for 10 minutes going, oh, no, you go. No,
it's okay.
Absolutely. No, you go. And they're like, no, you go. And then you get fucking pissed at each other. Just fucking go. I'm telling you to go. That's a Canadian standoff.
Whereas like in this one, like I felt bullied. Like me and my friend had a joke that like they knew we were Canadian and therefore they felt like they owned us, and that's why they were so fucking mean.
Do you think they're mean to us too because they're like, you're like the second of the queen? Like, because we still are part of the, like, we still have the queen on like our currency.
Yeah, she's on our $20 bill.
And
as she should.
I think we still honor some of the UK holidays.
We do. We absolutely do. I mean, like, we're Commonwealth, so like we're still connected to them. But I don't know what the fuck it was. Again, there was some people that were very pleasant, but it's so weird getting like sworn at and yelled at by someone that has like the like Queen Elizabeth's accent.
Which is but like elegant or like rusty?
No, like elegant. Like it sounds like they come from money, but then they're like calling you dirty little twat and you're like, you little fucking. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm literally just walking down. Like I wasn't walking fast enough.
Okay, I'm literally
yeah. That like slipped out, but like I'm just walking down the street. I just wasn't walking as fast as they wanted me to walk.
Yeah.
And so I would get like shoved,
which is crazy too, because unless you open your mouth, I don't think they can really tell the difference.
They
like
can't.
It's not like you go to a place like even in Europe or what can. Like any place, like Mexico was a good one where they immediately know that you're not from here. Like I went to Mexico with a group of friends and they were all Hispanic and they kind of looked Hispanic. And I'm there with like my little like fucking white ass demeanor.
Yeah.
It's funny because like I try to remind people that like I'm not just white. I'm like my family, like my mother's side is very much of the Middle East background.
You are a mixed person.
Yeah, I have a mixed race. Like and it's not just like, oh, my family of a family were no. Like my mom's side of the family are South African, Middle East, like Persians. Like they look like it. Like like if you look at that side of the family, you can tell they're not white. But I got so much of my skin tone and like my appearance from my dad's side, who is like English, Scottish, white.
Yeah.
That people are like, you're a fucking white person. And I'm like, but I'm not though.
But I'm not. It's true. You are very white passing, but like you're really not. Like you're half white.
Well, and like when I'm out with my husband, because my husband is Hispanic, but he can pass as a Lebanese man, like as a Middle East man.
Yeah.
But specifically Lebanese. And it's usually when he gets a haircut and he gets that fresh cut and like that really like angular like trim to his beard. We've been out in public and people will start speaking to him in Lebanese, which I get. I think, didn't Persians change to Lebanon?
I have no
Persia,
idea. I'm so
because
sorry.
Persia doesn't exist anymore.
No, I don't think it does. I don't know what it is now.
I think it is Lebanon.
Or it's like Iraq, maybe? I don't actually know. That was probably ignorant. I don't fucking know, y'all. I haven't looked at a map in a while. My bad.
But like that's how far back my family line goes on that end.
I love that you know that. My family is very secretive.
Iran.
It is Iran. Okay.
Yeah. Land of the Aryans, while Persia was a Greek-derived name used in the West. All I know is that the Persians are the ones who like go to murder the fucking Romans in this is Sparta.
As they should. Fuck the Romans.
But anyways, point being is like and I'm like, you're not even Middle East. Like
no,
I have the nose to show it, and they don't even know. Like and it's just because I have fair skin. I do have like an olive undertone to my skin.
Yeah,
but I'm still fair in skin tone.
I think your light eyes too,
and my light eyes are a weird combination. Because if you're, you know, I think most of my family on my mom's side, they're all brown eyed.
Right.
But I got the green eyes because of my dad.
What would people ask you? Because I know, like, growing up, people would look at Sarah and be like, there's something about you.
People go, what are you?
Yeah, they do that.
What are you? I've gotten Spanish. I've gotten Greek. I've gotten Middle East. I've gotten, like, you know, Middle East of some kind. I've gotten Italian. I've gotten a bunch. But most times people would look at me for a second and go, what are you?
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm
some
Sarah.
Spice to-
I'm Sarah. Yeah, but it's funny because again, like you get the dark eyes, but because of my dad has blue eyes, very light blue eyes. My mom has brown eyes. I just got the green eyes.
Yeah,
and like light green eyes.
Yeah, you have really light eyes. I am white. I'm half Ukrainian / Czech, and then the other half's Italian. My face is Ukrainian though.
Yes.
My face is very like my dad. My thighs and my huge tatas are my Italian mom.
Your motherly hips.
But I get like people always ask me if I'm Asian, which like slay.
It's your lids.
It's my hooded eyes.
It's your hooded eyes.
I've had people come up to me and be like, "You're half Chinese," and I'm like, "I'm not."
Yes.
I take that as a compliment, but I'm really not.
I know. You're like, does the skin show?
Yeah, exactly.
Do I have Asian skin?
It's literally just my eye shape, which I can't help. Sorry.
And it's funny because you're of Italian descent and I'm of Middle East descent, half.
Yeah.
And we're both blessed with the best chin hairs in the world.
Oh, the most amazing
the most
chin hairs.
Atrocious facial. It's so dark. And that's the funny thing is like I have fair skin from my dad, but my body hair is Middle East. Yeah, through and through. Like it is thick and ready to play.
Braidable.
We really went on a tangent and I know you want to talk about something. We have about 20 minutes left.
That's okay. Sarah and I recently played a game called Reanimal on stream. If you want to check it out.
Reanimal. Sorry.
Reanimal. Oh my God, was that my accent? I'm so sorry. You should turn it off now and like delete this video. If you want to check out us playing it, go to Sarah's channel at Sarah.
Just don't watch the second part. It's really atrocious.
Okay, I was actually going to mention that. This is the same creators who played.
Finish plugging yourself.
No, because I'm not uploading it. I had so many problems with our stream.
That's valid.
I crashed so many times.
And the VOD will go up on my gaming channel. If you're curious, if you want to see.
The first
half was hilarious. The second half was a struggle.
It was frustration
It was
central.
hard. I don't think I can find any funny. I'm like, what do I highlight in that playthrough? There's nothing worth highlighting. It's all just devastation.
It is, except for like us trying to jump across like a ledge.
Oh, that was funny.
And we both jumped into the abyss at the exact same time.
That was great.
But me and Sarah ended up playing this game, and at the end we were like, hey, what the fuck is the lore? I have no idea.
It was quite confusing.
And then I watched some videos last night.
Okay.
About it, because we just finished this last night, but it'll be a couple weeks when you guys watch this.
Spoiler for anybody who maybe doesn't want to hear the story.
It's so much interesting. To be fair,
it's so much interesting. It's so much interesting.
To be fair, we missed a lot of stuff because we were fucking jacking around.
There was a lot to explore though. Those games don't usually give you so much to explore.
No, there was a lot of hidden rooms. If you want to play it, there's hidden rooms, by the way.
And we got a few of those hidden rooms. Like
I don't even remember them.
We got like a pig head in the one where you got like a pig mask.
We did, but we never, I don't know if we hit any coffins. I don't remember.
We hit a coffin.
Just one.
Yeah, one.
But it's so interesting listening to the lore and how like it begins with like a girl face down in the water, and her brother pulls her out. She starts strangling him on a boat. And you're kind of like, what the fuck is happening?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Right? And then they're like, okay, like, this is weird. The boy goes to the sister, I thought you were dead. And she goes, well, where are the others? And so you travel along this, like, dystopian fucked up world, and you find these other little kids that are meant to be in a group. And, like, their dialogue is interesting because it doesn't say much.
But they've also been kidnapped by creatures.
Yeah.
All of them get kidnapped.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not sure how, like, the creatures and everything, because this is all speculation. The game designers didn't actually, like, say what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, the devs haven't showed their hand yet.
No, exactly.
But they're coming out with more chapters in, like, July to September, so that's probably why.
More chapters?
Yeah, they'll release some DLCs for this.
Okay, that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
But from what I get out of the, and, like, other people, what have we kind of, like, concluded to, based on the little dialogue that is in the game, is that these kids are in the afterlife. And that...
They're, like, in limbo?
Kind of. Purgatory. You can even consider it hell if you wanted to.
Okay. Yeah, it felt like it.
It definitely feels like
feels like hell.
Because everyone was pointing out that, like, if you tried to pinpoint, like, an era, it would almost be, like, the 50s and 60s. But then there's computers and technology from the 80s.
Oh.
So time is almost, like, inconsistent within it.
Yeah, it's, like, almost irrelevant.
Yeah. But they go through, you're kind of like, you're saving your friends, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And at the end, spoilers again, you find out that the kids are all in, like, some sort of cult. And they sacrifice the little girl. And her rage in the afterlife manifests as, like, a sheep. So that sheep that was in the well and that she eventually barfs up is just her rage coming, like, to fruition about the fact that they murdered her. And so they have to kind of relive, that's what the coffins are, they kind of have to relive their own deaths as, like, punishment for what they did, essentially. It was so interesting. Again, there's parts where, like, I don't know where, like, the monsters come in. The first guy we bump into is called the Sniffler. And people
What is he, from Dr. Seuss?
Yeah.
The Sniffler.
The first one is the Cat in the Hat.
That would, in a dark atmosphere,
he would be fucking terrified.
That would be the worst thing in my life.
Absolutely.
Like, in a dark space, hearing him, like, jingle his little tail, like, as he's...
Right?
That's... Sometimes I've rewatched... Actually, I should rewatch it again, but a few years ago, I rewatched the Dr. Seuss version with Michael Myers. And I was like, this is terrifying. Like, this is not fun for these children at all.
I kind of think that one's funny, but it's also really fucking weird.
Like, yeah, it's like somebody took acid.
Yeah, because they tried to recreate the magic, which was, like, the Grinch and Jim Carrey's Grinch. Yeah. Because, like, he fucking nailed it. Like, blew it out of the park.
Yeah.
And then they were like, okay, we'll do it again with Mike Myers. And it's just, like, he has some funny...
Is his name Mike Myers, not Michael Myers? Michael Myers is the serial killer, right?
Are they? I've never seen them in the same room together.
Me neither.
To be so honest, I don't even know where either of them are.
Although
right now.
I would pay to see a movie of The Cat in the Hat starring Michael Myers. Now that is
starring Michael Myers is so funny.
And he's the Cat in the Hat.
Michael Myers,
which is just Michael Myers with the mask with a little cat in the hat. On top, and he's walking around with a knife chasing the children.
Wait, that's fucking funny. Would you ever design your own horror game? Sorry, I'm going off. I don't care. I'm going off topic. Or would you design your own game? Period.
Maybe.
Sorry.
A horror game would be fun, but I just, like, don't even know what the premise would be. Okay, actually, I have a game idea.
Do you want to share it?
Sure, yeah. Okay. I'm not making it.
If you want to make a game, here's your idea.
I wonder, and people have done this before, but I almost wonder if it would be interesting to make a game. Actually, I think this is a game. So, like...
Okay.
I'm not original. But, like, something around the idea of you... Have you ever had, like, a nightmare where... Okay, this is... I think I would make a video game about my dreams.
Okay. Oh, like One specific dream or like all your dreams
multiple together? So almost kind of backrooms coded, where like once you go through one room you're in another room. Okay. But like I've had dreams where I'm having a bad dream and I'll open a door and I'm in a new room.
Okay. Oh, I like that.
And I'm like, but you're trying to escape like a monster or something. You keep going in and out of different rooms and different environments.
So you're being stalked. I think the stalking was probably
but as a child part. Like through a child's eyes.
Okay, so like more Little Nightmares.
Yeah, but first person.
Ooh, first person would be interesting.
Or I would do one where you're like in a house that's like pitch black and it's almost nightmare, but you're looking for your parents.
Oh.
And you're like scared and you see shadows and you see things in the corner. You're just trying to look for your parents, but you can't find them.
That's so interesting.
That's devastating.
That is devastating. So are you locked in the house and you can just like travel around?
Yeah. But you're like a toddler. You're like in the eyes of toddler, so you're really short and things look bigger.
Oh, I like that.
Have you ever seen the movie Skinamarink? I've talked about this on the podcast.
No, before. I haven't, but I remember you talking about it.
It's a really creepy movie, and not because there's anything that really happens in the movie, and it's a little weird because it's just like a child in like open dark spaces in a house.
Yeah.
But that in a video game version.
Okay.
I think.
Oh, I like that.
I'm sure it exists. There's so many there's so many video games out there, but like, yeah, I think, I don't know. It would be really hard to come up with like an idea that would even be remotely successful.
You never know. You never know what hits. You kind of have to be like a little bit creative and a little bit like open-ended, I feel like. Like with Reanimal, I feel like the reason why it's so interesting is because you're like trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. And there's a lot of symbolism.
But it was the same thing with Little Nightmares.
Yeah, but I like the gameplay better for Reanimal.
They changed it up. They even changed it up from like Little Nightmares 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Which were the developers of those games.
Well, I was watching TikToks last night too about it. And like somebody made the comparison of like fighting in Little Nightmares 3 where you literally just have like a spoon and you're hitting clay boys over the head with it.
Yeah.
Versus Reanimal where you're like doing that fight scene in the ice cream truck and you have to like time your stabs and he's like reaching in to try to grab you.
They really proved the reason why they were the best.
Yeah. They really stepped their pussy
up.
Like
I said that I didn't like Little Nightmares 3. I wasn't impressed by the story. I wasn't impressed by how it ended. I feel like they kind of rewashed some of the original gameplay from 1 and 2. Like they just put a different face on a character and did the same kind of thing, so it didn't feel as original. They did that with Reanimal. Yeah. They added different things. They added new segments. They put us in a boat. They had us shoot like a large monster. They had us go underwater to see that monster. Like there was a lot of change in environment. There was, the angles were interesting. Like it was all, but at the same time, minus the lagginess of one scene, which was just like it like chewed up my graphics card and spit it out, which is crazy because my graphics card is good. I spent a lot of money on that graphics card and it wasn't doing anything for me last night. Oh fuck. Shit. She committed suicide. But I found that there was like one scene that was hard to maneuver, but even then, once we figured it out and the leg stopped, it wasn't that hard to maneuver. But it was all pretty intuitive and like you wouldn't get stuck somewhere, versus like when we were playing Little Nightmares 3, we got stuck on one particular scene where you had to hop from a chair to a counter. Like,
yeah.
I think partly it had to do with the fact you weren't on a controller.
I know, I got a controller for the second half. I will say having a controller made like a huge fucking difference. Like actually having to like figure out the keys with such short like fucking fingers is so hard.
It takes practice to play on a keyboard too.
I also just don't think I have the hands for it.
Yeah, you have pretty small hands.
You have to be like pretty dexterous.
And well, yeah, it's a very male-dominated way to play.
I think keyboards are male-dominated.
Men have such bigger hands than women. Like it's hard to game with a keyboard as a woman. I think. I'm sure there's a lot of women who would probably argue that, but I feel like a controller, and especially a game like Reanimal, it's way more seamless to play with a controller.
Oh, fuck. It was honestly so much easier. Although, okay, I want to know your opinion, because thinking about it back, our first half of the gameplay, I thought was so much fun. Like, so much fun. And then the second half while there were moments that still were fun, like the underwater part, and like little things here and there, certain angles, I found it kind of like dropped off for me. Like the first half was really good, was really strong, and then the second half was just kind of like meh.
That could have been just because it was like our first time experience.
Maybe.
We could have just been extra kooky that day. I do think the second half was a little bit more dreary.
Yeah.
It was a little bit more depressing.
Well, even the ending, I was kind of like, now that
getting thrown into war was very interesting to me.
The war was
and I also don't know how I felt about that environment. Like, it was odd getting shot at, and I don't know.
It felt like it changed in like tone. There's something that shifted.
Well, and it just felt weird to me that like they completely dissolved the idea of animals. Like, we didn't see any creatures throughout that entire level. It was all just man-made attacks.
Yeah, besides the sheep, which I'm like, again, like,
which we saw him for like moments, but we weren't fully interacting with him the way that we were with, like, I guess the first level in that game was a man. We were running from like a faceless man, but he was even crawling through like bodies and stuff.
That's what some of the theories was like, if you, again, when I was playing it, my screen was really dark, so I couldn't really get details, but looking back at like nicely brightened like photos of him, it looks like he was wearing a skin suit.
Yeah.
So people were theorizing that he could have been an animal in a suit, pretending to be a man. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's why he was making like other skin suits, potentially for like other animals. Who knows? I don't know.
But like, that's the thing, is like there's a disconnect between the animals and man.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until the second half that we even realized that people exist in this space.
That's true too. Exactly.
Like, we thought it was just us.
Yeah.
Because that was the whole thing with Little Nightmares, was that there's no real people that exist in Little Nightmares. It's just the children who are like people. And everything else is like the idea of like what a kid would imagine in their nightmares. And they're all like monsters and like creepy creations. And it felt like in Little Nightmares, it always feels like the adults are the villains in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, very much that. And then this one, it felt, and again, Little Nightmares kind of like derives from like the idea of a nightmare, whereas this one, it felt more like an afterlife, at least in hindsight. And so it felt weirdly disconnected when like at the end there was suddenly like a World War I setting. Like, weird.
It was weird.
It was cool. I mean, it was cool. It was well made. But at the same time, I'm like, why are we here? Like, what's happening?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a little odd. So I think I liked it, but it was a very confusing story for sure.
Yeah, I would like more clarification. Maybe the like extra episodes.
We might never get it. Although usually you get it when they start releasing more games, because then they start expanding on their world.
Which I'm sure they probably will. I don't know. I don't know if I could play another game like that. Just really? Again, out of redundancy. I feel like I've already played so many versions of that game.
I'll never stop. I love those games.
I'm like, next. Move on.
What kind of game are you looking for now? Like, you've played a few games now, and I feel like you've kind of gotten like a palate taster of what you might or might not like.
That's a great question, actually. I'm pretty open-minded. Now that I want to get into like a regular schedule, I'm pretty open-minded.
Still has not had a regular schedule.
No.
Do you want to confront the fact that you told the people who watched your stream that you would be back and then you never came back?
No, because
and it wasn't until you and I called you to game with me that you came back.
Yeah, no. I talked about it on my stream last night that like I've kind of mentioned this to you, but I get post-stream anxiety to the point where like I'm overthinking everything I did, and I'm like, oh my god, was I a mess? Was I a disaster? Was I unentertaining? Was I annoying? Was I dramatic? Was I like, you know, all these things? And so because of that, I like psych myself out of doing it again. And then I feel more comfortable doing it with you because I have someone to riff off. Mm-hmm. Whereas like when I'm by myself, I'm like, am I being too silent for too long? Like, should I make a joke? Was that joke even funny? Like, am I overthinking this? I'm really in my head a lot of the times that I have a hard time just like committing to it. But I also told my stream, I'm like, it is something I'm going to try my best to like correct in myself and just do it, because you've been like a big supporter and a big person who's like reminded me that like I should be doing it for myself rather than for other people.
Do it because you love it. Like, The one thing that I got a lot of clarity on recently, which I've shared in like one of the episodes that came out, was, you know, because of the fact that like we lost this pregnancy and I went in for surgery and I was away for 2 weeks when I was recovering. So, and I didn't have access to any of the things that I usually did. We weren't filming the podcast. I wasn't streaming. I wasn't creating content. I was merely just recovering from surgery. And, you know, I have other stuff outside of this. Like I create content outside of the stuff that I do on stream, but then I also have like a normal fucking job. And when I came back, the first thing that I did before I even like got back to my normal 9 to 5 was I started streaming again. And I remember telling my husband that even when life gets busy, I will want to find time to do this because I didn't realize how much it feeds my soul. I love doing it. I love streaming. I love gaming. I love being surrounded by the community that I have built and the people. Like they make the space better. And so I just love it. Like I'll never stop because I just love it. And you know, life may change, but at one, like right now it's no, like I want to do it. I love doing it. Yeah. And I love making content. And so I do it because I love it. And then if there's like benefits that come out of it, great. But I've never, if it became the full thing that I did, I would be so lucky because I love it so much. Yeah. So it's like, if you don't love doing it, then don't do it. But if you enjoy it and you feel like you can expand on that space for yourself and it lets you be creative but yeah, do it because you love it.
Yeah. And that's the biggest part I'm trying to lead with is like when I'm in the moment, I'm having so much fun. Yeah. Like genuinely. Yeah. And like me and you have always been pretty good gamers or pretty big on like games. We're not good.
We're not good.
We're not good gamers.
I will say gaming next to you because when I started streaming, I was a bad gamer. I thought I was a good gamer, but I wasn't. And now I've played for a little bit. I've gotten way better.
You are phenomenal.
Like I had somebody who joined the stream like when I had just started, and they came in a few months ago and they're like, Sarah, your ability to game is way better than it was at the beginning. Like you actually move like a normal fucking player now.
Yeah,
like,
right.
It's great. I love it.
It's not like
I still
janky.
Can't jump. Jumps are still my like no bueno, but it's fine. It's absolutely fine. But I've gotten better and playing next to you when you're still getting your bearings on how to play like quick times and stuff. And I'm like knocking it out of the park. Yeah. I'm like,
you're like running circles.
I'm so proud of myself.
I can't even get on a fucking chair.
Yeah. but you know, I also am not, that's not my like leading brand, is that I'm like a good game. I'm not like an amazing speed runner. I'm not like I'm just a fucking personality. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
You come for the game, you stay for the vibes. That's how it always has been.
Yeah, and I do want to get into it because I find it fun because it is something I do find enjoying, and it's like I either do that or I like sit in my bed alone, like watch YouTube. Yeah. And I'm like, I've always watched gaming channels. Like I've always been into gaming content, you know? I grew up on Markiplier. I grew up on PewDiePie. They were some of my favorites. Even like Game Grumps and stuff like that. So I'm like, fuck it. Like, why not?
Yeah.
Women in male dominated
Do you have like a leading genre that you think you would want to move forward with?
No, I mean, right now I have a list of horror games I kind of want to check out.
Interesting. Yeah. Horror. You're going into horror.
I do.
It took me a long time to step into horror.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Just because, like, your fear?
Yeah, because I didn't like getting scared. So I did a lot of, like, cozy games and, like, adventure. I did a lot of art. Like, I did a lot of Zelda. A lot of like the story games, and then last year around like Halloween is when I started to really kind of dive into the scary games. So my thing with scary games is I like a good scary game if it has like a purpose. Like Reanimals was great because it was scary but not too, like, honestly, for the sake of fucking like pissing. I know it sounds, I don't know what games you're looking into.
Here, let me look at my list.
I would recommend you play Poppy Playtime.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll add it to my list. Poppy Playtime.
There's 5 chapters, so there's 5 different games. It's a scary game, but the story's really cool. It's grim though. It's kind of a grim story.
Is it in the same vein as like Five Nights at Freddy's?
It feels similar.
Okay.
But hot take, I think Poppy Playtime is, I mean, they're different. So I can't say Five Nights at Freddy's and Poppy Playtime is better than Five Nights at Freddy's, but I enjoyed the story of Poppy Playtime more than I enjoyed the story of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Okay. I don't think I would get into Five Nights at Freddy's personally, just because I think it's overplayed now.
I also find the game itself repetitive a little bit.
Yeah.
Poppy Playtime changes. Like, they do bring it, and it is like you're moving around. In Five Nights at Freddy's, you're not moving around.
Yeah.
Well, I think they introduced a game where you were moving around, but like the original, you're sitting in a booth.
You're just looking left and right.
Yeah. This one is like you're moving around, you're engaging with puzzles, stuff like that. So I like that, but the story itself too, it feels similar to Five Nights at Freddy's, but I also think it's more grim.
Okay.
So
I probably would really like that. But I have Escape the Backrooms, which you mentioned, right?
we should play that together.
Okay. Have you played it?
No, I've seen people play it though.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen anyone play it.
That's an actual scary game.
Like, scary. I would be okay playing those with you. Like, Plasmophobia, I would never play by myself.
Phasmophobia.
What did I just say?
Plasmophobia?
Same fucking shit.
I would play the Backrooms with you.
Okay, we'll play the Backrooms together at some point.
You'll scream though.
That is on my list. I know. I have to be careful because
that one would scare me too, but you'll scream.
I'm a screamer for sure.
That one will scare you.
I need to find like a padded
It is
room.
a fun game. It's a little long, so it would be like a big parter for us. Like, it would take us a few plays, but I've always wanted to play the Backrooms with somebody.
Okay, bet.
And it would be way fun with you.
Oh, I agree. Okay, we'll do that one. No One Will Save You. I don't know much about this one. I just saw people on TikTok, so give me a grain of salt, saying that it was like, if you want a scary game, this is a scary game.
I've never heard of it.
No One Will Save You. Yeah, I've never heard of it either. So I just have it on my list. And then Amenti. It's like an Egyptian scary game where you're like inside of a pyramid. I watched like a short playthrough of it and it looked good. Like, the sound was cool because it was dead silent except for the sound of you like walking on the cobble.
Creepy.
So I really liked that. I thought it was good. And there was like one jump scare that got me while watching the playthrough. So I was like, oh, that'll probably be fun. And then Resident Evil.
I think you'd like the Resident Evil series. Are you a good shooter?
With time and practice, I could be. Like, with Legend of Zelda, once I get into the motion of it, I'm great at hunting.
But like first person?
Again, it would just take me practice.
Okay. It's a shooting game, so you have to have a decent aim.
I am a button masher, though.
Oh.
Which can help in my favor for some cases.
Maybe. But you also can't blow through inventory. Like, you can't just fire off bullets.
Oh,
because you have a limited amount of bullets.
Right. You have to, like, find ammo and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think it would be fun.
I also would challenge you to maybe play Silent Hill.
I also considered Silent Hill, honestly. I just don't know which one.
The second one.
That's what everyone says, but that's
Silent
the best
Hill
one.
2, the remake.
The remake.
It is a PlayStation game, though.
Can I not get it on PC?
Maybe.
Okay.
I played it on PlayStation.
Okay.
But I've played Silent Hill 2. I played the originals too, like way back, but I haven't streamed them, and they're not bad. They're just old. I played Silent Hill 2, the remake, and then I played Silent Hill F, which was the one that just came out recently. F was good. The remake's better.
I think I watched Markiplier play some of the F, and it looked like the graphics were cool.
Then they're coming out with a new one, like next year.
Oh shit!
And that one's gonna be first person.
Oh shit! Do you like first person?
It depends.
Okay.
But yeah, maybe. In terms of scary games, I feel like it's more atmospherical.
Yeah.
I feel like I get more stressed out when it's first person.
Right.
That's one thing I'm really excited about at this point. When this episode comes out, I would have already started playing it, but I'm going to be playing Resident Evil Requiem.
Oh, fun.
And that one bounces between POVs.
Oh, interesting.
Because like in the original Resident Evils 1, 2, 3 with Leon, it's not like main POV. You see his body.
Right.
So it's a different experience. Whereas like 7 and 8, which was Biohazard and Village was really cool. I really liked Resident Evil Village. I liked Biohazard too, but Resident Evil Village was like OP, like amazing. I loved the story. It was really fun. That is first person.
Oh, okay.
So you're playing as Ethan, but you never see what Ethan actually looks like because you're playing as him. So, but in this new one, they bounce between the perspectives depending on who you play as.
Is this the one that Leo was playing?
Yeah.
He like scared me. We were playing stream together and he screamed and I heard his scream and it made me scream.
Yes. You want to see that? That's on my social. Yeah. that one just, I released it today.
Really? Yeah. Oh, that was fucking good.
It was funny. So yeah, I mean, it depends, but Resident Evil's a good one too.
Okay, sweet. I have a list.
Happy Playtime, I feel like you'll enjoy though, because it's puzzles.
Yeah, I don't want to be stuck in horror though, because I like adventure too. Like, I love the Legend of Zeldas.
Yeah, I mean, I don't just play horror games. Like, I'm a variety streamer, so like I bounce between. But I'm very much like, I've kind of gotten to this place now where I'm just playing the games as they come out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the nice part. You can kind of get ahead of it.
One game that I do want to play, this isn't a scary game. This is just a vibey game that I kind of want to play with you. It's called Truck Simulator.
Oh my fucking God.
And you're a trucker
going
to jobs, but then you can play with your friends. And you don't really see each other. You might see each other on the road, but it's really just a solo game.
Oh.
But you talk to each other through the radio.
Oh, that's kind of fun. Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah. I'm going to test it out. I'm going to see how it is. It might be a good nightcap game where, like, after I'm done playing a game, I usually play another game for, like, 30, 40 minutes, and it's pretty chill.
Yeah.
Just so that, like, people get calm. Like, it's a nightcap game.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Truck Sim might be good. I played this game called, like, Delivery Service or something, and you're, like, a little pixelated cat, and you're, like, an Uber driver, and you're delivering stuff in, like, the snow. And it was pretty fun. And it sparked this desire to maybe play Truck Sim.
Okay,
but there's one called Euro Truck Sim where you're like driving through Europe. There's a Nordic Truck Sim, like a DLC where you're like driving through the Nordics and like all beautiful sceneries.
Oh fuck, we have to play Mario Party.
Yes, we will play Mario Party. I said that we would play it with some friends, but I also kind of just want to play one round where it's just you and me up against the CPUs.
Okay, bet.
And see what it's like.
Okay, I'm excited.
Mario Party would be fun.
We have lots of games, and that's why, again, like, I want to get into a schedule, is because, like, you and I have, like, off-camera made plans to kind of, like, delve deeper into, like, games, especially maybe bigger games with, like, more open world concepts that, like, we can play as a duo together and, like, fuck around, like, on our own, fuck around together, you know, that kind of thing. So I want to get into, like, a regular schedule just to, like, I need to build my stamina. After 3 hours, I'm, like, dead.
Yeah, that takes a second.
It sure does.
I lock in for, like, 6 hours, and I'm like...
Yeah, you could go for years.
You do feel a little dead inside after a good 6-8 hour. And then they're, like, 12-hour stream, and I'm like, you're fucking high.
Yeah, somebody's, like, all-day stream, like, 24 hours, and I'm like, get fucked.
But, like, it takes a second to, like, get your bearings. But once you get used to it... Now I kind of have reduced my hours. Like, now I'm kind of, like, a 4 or 5 hour streamer. Maybe a 3 if it's, like... I don't go under 3 hours, but... yeah, I usually, like, I'll fuck around with, like, a cheeky little 6-hour stream.
Yeah. I feel like 6 hours is good.
Yeah.
It gives, like, enough content, and it's, like, fun to watch. Like, you can get a good play in.
Yes.
But it's not, like, overwhelming.
Yes.
8 hours, maybe, but, like, anything after that's pushing it. I think. For me, at least, right now.
Yeah.
I don't think I could last 8 hours. I would drop dead.
Yeah, it takes a second to build that stamina.
Absolutely. But we'll get there.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck we talked about today, but I hope it was interesting.
A whole lot of nothing and a whole lot of everything. Thank you so much for joining our podcast. If you enjoyed this, then you can find us here on our socials, the
Disgusting Duo.
Disgusting Duo, or _ the Dysfunctional Duo on TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube. We come out with new episodes every Friday. Link of our socials are in the bio
Below.
A clock is twice, once a day. What can I say?
Fuck off. I'll never unlive that statement. You know what they say? A clock is twice, once a statement.
What?
What did I just say?
A clock is twice, once a statement. What?
Oh my god. This is what happens when I have too many thoughts in my brain at the same time.
Just, like, all come out.
Jumble of words. I think I hovered out of my body as I said that. Like, I wasn't even in, like, the front... I wasn't even in the passenger seat for that.
Possessed.
Or, like, I was outside of my fucking body. Like, somebody else
from above.
Somebody else was driving for a second. It's like inside where they're like button mashing the emotions. Somebody double tapped 2 buttons. Yes. Clock is twice, once statement. This thing is growing into something else.
It's like manifesting.
It's like morphing into like this being. Okay. Oh my god.
Anyways, thanks guys. I hope it's dysfunctional. I hope your day is dysfunctional in a beautiful way.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll see you guys next week for a new episode.
Bye.
Bye.